Let's see. Hi, Sheila. Hi, Ann. Nice to see you've all found the chat. And let's see. For some reason, I'm not coming on my screen. Can y'all let me know if you can see me? Oh, wait, here I come. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, I've muted myself, so I should be better now. Okay, so I've got my screen in front of me so I can sort of watch the chats as opposed to last time. And let's see, it is Friday the 13th. Doesn't bother me. I think it's a great day. It's been a great day so far. Gotta get some work in, got some nap time in. And then a little bit later tonight, I'm going to get some more craft time in because I'm going to be finishing the prep for my Love Cats class that is this coming Saturday. And I know some of you are registered for that. So let's see, what else are we doing? Oh, I just wanted to give you a couple of reminders that if you watched my Take Notes Tune In Tuesday class this week, Sunday night, so 2 nights from now, is the deadline for an order if you want to receive that kit, that class kit for free. I've already delivered a couple, one to Anne, one to Jeffrey, and we got another one going out soon, so that's just my little heads up. I'm gonna get ready to turn you down right now. So, oh, well, Jeffrey, I hope you win. It's up there today, right? So my husband, I was telling Sheila the other day that my husband bought my son and I a couple of scratch tickets for Christmas, and we both won $5, which was the price of the card itself. But so we cashed it in. Well, I cashed mine in. My son hasn't yet, but I got 2 cards and both were losers. But oh well. It was a little fun entertainment for about, I dragged it out for 2 minutes maybe, but anyway, I'm going to turn you down so we can get started tonight. Let's see if I can do this. All right, there you go. So here's the host code. If you go to my online store, SharonRogers.stampin'up.net, this is the host code that you need to use to get that class kit for the Take Notes class. Let me see, in case you missed that class, you can go back and watch it on YouTube. The link is in my channel. It's also on my Facebook. But this is what we had done. We made this magnetic junior notepad cover. Pretty paper, right? That's the Favored Flowers Designer Series paper from Celebration. We made this little post-it note holder. And then we made a coordinating pen out of the Pentel RSVP pens. So one of my favorite classes to date. We're going to be using up some more of this paper that came from there. And I just love the colors in this paper. This happens to be Fresh Freesia and Evening Evergreen, black, and of course some white. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to bring out some pieces to this. So this is similar to a card that we had made at my launch for the mini catalog and Celebration catalogs. Was it last weekend? I guess it was last weekend. It feels like it was so much longer than that. Hi, Deb. So we're going to fold our Evening Evergreen piece. Now here's a piece of that Favored Flowers. I keep wanting to say Flavored Flowers, but that's not right. And this is the one design right here in the whole pack that I don't care about. It just, I don't know. It just, I don't like the, what looks like olive and Evening Evergreen together. It's just not me. Just not me. But every other sheet and every other backside, I like. So for instance, I mean, I have just a few scraps on my desk. Like this is one of the back sides. I love it. And it's just really pretty. Okay, but anyway, so this is made to go. So I just have an 1/8 of an inch border here. So that's nice all on its own. But there's a couple things we can do to dress up this card. One of them is to do something to the Designer Series paper. Designer Series paper is beautiful all on its own, but you can take it up a notch simply by bringing in an embossing folder. Now you can bring in most any embossing folder that you want. I'm bringing in this one, which is, and I have it somewhere here, the gingham embossing folder. You could bring in the Time Worn Type. There's some new mini folders in the mini catalog that are great too, but I'm just going to bring this one in and put it in there, and we will emboss it. So let's go ahead and get out our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And we will need a couple of different plates. So we will need our plate number 1 and our plate number 4. And in between that goes our embossing folder. And remember, the folded edge of the embossing folder goes through first. Whoops, that's not right. You know why? Because this folder is a thin folder. It's not the 3D folder. So when it's just a regular folder and it's the directions are right here, you need the 2 clear plates in between it instead. You can tell which ones are the 3D folders and which ones aren't. The 3D folders are very thick, and this one was not. So let's try this again, shall we? Shout out to my sister Tony, who's probably watching. Glad you're feeling better. She went to visit her brand new granddaughter, and as well as her daughter and other granddaughters, and came back sick. So, but she's feeling better now, I guess. So let me bring this a little bit closer, and I think you can see the texture. If I just angle it, you can see that in there. It just really adds something to this. Something, I'm not sure exactly what something is defined as, but it's something. All right, let's bring in our card base that I just had, and now I don't. Where'd it go? Oh my goodness, oh, I know, it's Friday the 13th. Maybe that's what's got me. Oh, here it is. All right. It's because I folded it. And we're going to attach it to this piece right here. So it's cut just an 1/8 of an inch, and I really love an 1/8 of an inch border for just a quick little color pop. It doesn't detract from the design, it just adds a little bit to it. White really brings out the highlights on the flowers. And then we're going to attach it to our base using some dimensionals. And those are mini dimensionals, so I don't want those. They're too little. Ooh, look, a brand new sheet of the big dimensionals. I always feel funny going into the brand new sheets. It just doesn't seem right for some reason. But next time I use it, I'll feel better because there's some out of it. I know, I'm weird. It's okay. I've come to accept that. All right, so pretty all on its own. Now we just need a simple sentiment. Now, at my launch party, it was just a straight little piece of cardstock. But for this one, again, I'm going to kick it up a notch. I'm going to bring in my Something Fancy stamp set. This is a new stamp set that is in the mini catalog. It's got lots of great sayings. We've got a sympathy saying. We've got some happy birthday and congratulations and thank you. This is a belated birthday one. I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. So lots of nice little sentiments. And it comes with coordinating dies. Now these dies, in my opinion, is a set of dies that you should have whether or not you buy the stamp set, because you can make tags, and then there's just basic shapes that you can use on any number of greetings that you already have in your collection. Now these pieces right here, die cut, I mean, it can die cut anywhere. You're just going to die cut a little embellishment in them, but you could use it as a tag piece as well. So a place to put your ribbon. This is a place to put a ribbon. It's a little teardrop shape. And this looks like a little branch shape that you would just be cutting out of each of these. I'm not going to do that tonight, maybe some other time. Let's see, what do I want to use? I think Grateful for the Everyday Magic of You. That's this one right here. So we'll mount that. I'll figure out an inside sentiment at some point. Now on my original card I had used, and I'll bring it back in to show you, I used the Fresh Freesia ink, but I think that's too light. I think for this card I should either do black or Evening Evergreen. What do you think? Go ahead and chime in. First person that answers black or green, I'll use that particular color to stamp. Oh, Deb says Evening Evergreen. She even typed it all out. She was still the first one to respond. All right, Deb, you got it. Evening Evergreen. We're just going to put this on here. It's much darker, much more readable. You can still certainly read the other one. I just like the contrast much better. And I'm going to use this inside one right here. Of course, I picked up the outside one. I'm going to use the inside one. And you know what? I'm going to run through, I'm going to show you what this one does. They all work the same, so once you've seen one, you've seen them all. I'm going to bring my plates back in and put these on. I'm not going to arrange it yet until I bring my machine back on, because you know it's going to move when I move it. So let's go ahead, bring this back in here. And again, if you're afraid of this slipping at all, you could go ahead and use some a Post-it over it, or washi tape or something like that. Is that good? No, a little crooked. No, yeah, that's good right there. I don't know, the everyday magic's messing with my eyes right here. We're gonna call that good. I'm working around a camera here, so you get the drift. All right, so here we have our piece right here. And this is, while you could take this, if you are die cutting out of other, maybe colored paper, you could still use this if you wanted to piece it onto something. But the real purpose, in my opinion, of this die is to cut a shape out. You could use that in the corner of a card. There are lots of uses for that. So I just wanted to show you that that's how that works. All right, let's put this aside. Bring my card back in. Now, one of the things that I like to do here, I will be popping this up on dimensionals. So I'm going to go ahead, get my dimensionals back out. And I'm putting 3 across here because I want it to catch the ribbon. going to bring in a piece of fresh freesia open weave ribbon. This is such pretty ribbon. Now I know some of you, and Sue, if you're watching but not signed in, if you're watching, I know you're one of them. She expressed to me that she could not tie a bow with this to save her life. I find it very easy to tie a bow with, so it's just, you know, for some people it works, for some people it doesn't. I find this nice and light and easy to tie a bow with. But here's something that you can do if you don't like to tie bows. Do like a little switchback. So you're basically folding it in thirds and spreading it out. And then you're going to put your on top, put your sentiment on top. I like to anchor this a little bit first. I'm going to bring in my seal. Just, it's easier for me to figure it out, like where it goes. So I fold it over on itself first, and then I want to angle it just a little bit. Let's see, I don't think I have enough. Oh, there we go. See if that's going to look right. Oh, that looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and take the backing off here. We'll put that right on there. You know what? I want it to move over a bit, I think. A little bit too far to the left for my liking. Oops, right. My husband is being contagious right now. He always says left and gets his rights and lefts mixed up. He knows them. It's just he just says them wrong. Like if I left turn, nope, your other left. It's funny. We laugh about it all the time. So now we have just this simple little ribbon trick on the back. Just to add a little something something. And of course we have to add a little something something more. I'm going to bring in these 2021-2023 in color opal rounds. So our in colors are all in here. So here is the pale papaya, and this is the fresh freesia. Even though it mostly looks clear, there are flecks in there. This is the polished pink and soft succulent and evening evergreen. So I'm going to take some of these, and I know I say it all the time. Where's my take your pick tool? It's all packed away because I had a birthday club that had to be postponed to this Sunday, and I didn't want to unpack for fear of unpacking stuff and not putting it back. So I'm going to just put some of these dots in and around here in different places. And I could have used the fresh freesia ones, but I like the green. I want that pop of green. You know, I just can't leave it like that, right? Because that's two. You can't have just two. You have to have three. I'm going to put one up here maybe in the... Where am I going to put it? I'm going to put this one down here. Because you got this big old flower up there, so just put it over in here. So there's the front of our card. Not hard at all. The paper is doing all the work for you. Let's turn our attention to the inside. So on the inside, I'm going to bring in a piece of this paper. Let's see, do I want this one? Or do I want this one? Kind of like that one. I could probably use two of them. You'd have no idea what I'm going to do yet. You probably do. If you saw one of my cards this week that I had received in the mail from somebody else, you noticed that they did a frame on the inside, and all they did was cut little strips to go around the entire edge. So that's all I'm going to do. Let's bring my paper cutter in. Now usually I will put one strip down the edge like that. That's nice, right? And that would look nice enough, but let's go ahead and see how we like it surrounding the whole thing. So this, I just need to remember what this measurement is. And all these measurements will be on my blog afterwards. So this is 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So let's go 4 3/4. And I'm going to make, I think this is a 1/2 inch. Let's see. Yep, 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch strips. So I need 2 of them. I want more purple. I'm going to use this side. And then let's see what happens if we mix it up and let this be our 3 1/2. I like this color too. This one might be a little too dark, but I've committed to it now, so. You could use all 4 the same pattern. All right, let's see what happens when we put our patterns down. And what I would probably, now you could get really fancy and miter all the corners, you know, cut them at 45-degree angles. Or you can just go right around like this. I think I'm going to put both of these underneath. So see, I didn't do this ahead of time. That's why I'm giving you some, I'm not sure what I want to do. I think this is what I want to do. Yep, that's what I want to do. So I'm going to do these, apply these 2 edges first. So is everybody's snow all gone? I know Jeffrey said he was shoveling his slush. I was sad to see the snow go. And nobody likes slush. I mean, not a lot of people don't like snow either, but especially if you have to move it, you don't like the slush. That's really heavy. And snow blowers don't like it at all. There we go. And then we'll just do the other ones. Let's put this one at the top. So a lot of times when you are using designer series paper, you'll find yourself with lots of thin little scraps. So this is a great option for using them. You don't need to waste them. Let me show you another option for using them that I'm using on my customer thank you notes. This is what I did with a lot of the trimmings when I was preparing the class kits. So I had lots of little pieces left over and I just switched them up. Cut a Greeting, this sentiment is from the Something Fancy stamp set and the dies are from the Something Fancy dies as well. And see, I have my nice little ribbon there. All right, so now all we have to do is put this on the inside. I have not stamped on the inside yet, and that is because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do for the inside. I don't know what kind of card this is yet. It's probably going to be a birthday card. You know what? Let's just make that decision, shall we? We'll get the happy birthday stamp set or stamp out. Let's see, we need another block. Let's see, will that fit? Oh, it fits. It fits. Let's go ahead and just stamp that. We'll get it all done and finished so I can send it. Here we go. Whoop, a little off center. Little off center. What are we going to do with that? You know what? I don't usually add things to the inside of a card. I'm going to this time though, because then I balance it out. Look, no mistakes. it was meant to be that way. So the inside is pretty, the outside is pretty, and that'll make somebody smile, I hope. So that's what I have for you today. Reminder again, if you're joining late, this is the host code, good through Sunday night. For an order of $35 or more, you will get these supplies, all the supplies, including the notepads, the pen, and the magnets to make these 3 projects. The only thing that I can't do for you is stamp the greeting on the outside, but I give you everything else, including directions, and of course you can watch the video tutorial walking you through it as well. And so that is good through Sunday. And remember, we are in celebration, so if your order is $50 or more, you will also qualify for a celebration selection. So, all right, let me just say goodbye again. You're looking at yourself. Come on, I hit turnaround. There we go. So thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you get lots of stamping time in. I know I'm going to. My husband has some things to do tomorrow morning, and so I will be holed up in my craft room. So, thank you. Have a great night, everybody. See you later.